5,000 years ago, this seashell could buy you dinner. Today, your money is just a number on a screen you can't even touch. So how did we get from shells to this? And here's the weirder question. What actually makes any of it worth anything? Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll never look at the money in your pocket the same way again. Let's start with a strange truth. Money is the most powerful thing humans ever invented that doesn't actually exist. You can't eat it, you can't wear it. A dollar bill is just paper. So why does the whole world chase it? To understand that, we have to go back, way back, to a time before money existed at all. Imagine you're a fisherman and you've caught more fish than you can eat. You want apples, so you find a farmer with apples who wants fish. Great, you trade. This is called barter, and for thousands of years, this is how humans got what they needed. Simple, direct, no money required. But barter has a hidden problem. What if the apple farmer doesn't want fish? What if she wants shoes? Now you have to find a shoemaker who wants fish, trade for shoes, then trade those shoes for apples. Exhausting, right? Economists call this the double coincidence of wants. Both people have to want exactly what the other has at exactly the same time. And here's the bigger problem. Your fish rots in 2 days. You can't save it. You can't store your hard work for the future. So humans needed something better. So they got clever. They picked one thing that everyone would accept and used it as a middleman for every trade. That's the moment money was born. And the first money looked nothing like coins. People used seashells. They used cattle. In fact, the word capital comes from the Latin word for cattle. They used salt. Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in it, which is where the word salary comes from. On one Pacific island, they used giant stone discs called rye stones, some as big as a car, far too heavy to move. So when one changed owners, nobody carried it. The whole village simply agreed it now belonged to someone else. Sound familiar? That's exactly how your bank account works today. No gold moves, everyone just agrees on the new number. These islanders understood the secret of money thousands of years before we built banks. Then, around 600 BC in a kingdom called Lydia, someone had a brilliant idea. Make money out of metal, stamp it, and guarantee its weight. Coins were durable, easy to carry, and you could count them. For the first time, money was standardized. This changed everything. Trade exploded, cities grew, and empires were built on coins. But metal has a problem too. It's heavy. Carry enough of it across a country and you'll break your back. Or worse, get robbed on the road. Merchants needed a way to move great wealth without hauling a cart of gold behind them. So centuries later, in China, they invented the next leap: paper money. Instead of hauling coins, you carried a note, a promise that said, this paper can be exchanged for real value. At first, people barely trusted it, paper for gold, but it worked, because behind every note was a guarantee. And that word, promise, is the secret of all modern money. For a long time, that promise was backed by something you could hold: gold. Every dollar, every note was a claim on real gold sitting in a vault. This was called the gold standard. It made people feel safe. Your money was as good as gold, and literally. You could, in theory, walk into a bank and trade your paper for the real metal. But in 1901, something quietly historic happened. The United States ended the gold standard. From that day on, your money was no longer backed by gold or by anything you could touch. So what holds it up now? One thing and one thing only: trust. We all agree it has value, so it does. That's it. That's the whole system. And today it's gone even further. The number in your bank account isn't paper. It isn't gold. It's just data. Electricity arranged in a pattern, moving from screen to screen. Over 90% of the world's money exists only as numbers on computers. We went from shells you could hold to numbers you'll never touch. The whole global economy now runs on collective belief. So if money is just a shared agreement, why does it have such a grip on us? Why do we lie awake at night thinking about it? This is where money stops being about economics and becomes about psychology. Because the people who built real, lasting wealth understood something most of us were never taught. They figured out that money is a tool, not a trophy. The point was never to have it. It was to use it to buy freedom, time, and peace of mind. Most people do the opposite. They chase money as a scoreboard, a way to prove something. And a scoreboard never stops. There's always a higher number. That's the trap. You earn more, so you want more, so you're never actually rich. You're just running faster on the same wheel. Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill. Buy the new thing, feel happy for a week, then it becomes normal, and you're reaching for the next thing. The ones who win the game step off the treadmill. They learn the difference between price and value. They spend on what truly matters to them and ignore the rest no matter what the neighbors are buying. There's an old line that captures it perfectly. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth. Think about that. The richest person isn't the one with the most, it's the one who needs the least. All the money in the world can't buy back your health or hand you a calm mind. Those were always the real treasure. So here's what to take away. Money started as seashells and became invisible data, but its real nature never changed. It's a promise, a tool, and a mirror that shows what you truly value. Master it and it serves you. Chase it blindly and it runs your life. If this made money make a little more sense, hit subscribe, because next time we're answering the question that confuses almost everyone. Why does your money buy less every single year? That's inflation, and I'll draw it out so simply you'll never forget it. See you there.